Hey guys! Welcome to a new video and welcome to a new week. Before I get into anything, I just wanted to give a quick thank you to anyone who's actually watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and every individual view that I get is just like genuinely so exciting to me. So to the few of you who are out there, I see you and I appreciate you. To kick off this video, we are going to be practicing some stamping. Nail stamping is a technique that I'm very curious about, but I'm also really struggling with. I have attempted it a few times, and each time it's just not really working for me. I don't know if it's user error or if it's maybe the products I'm using just aren't really working for me, or if it's a combination of the two. I think it's likely user error, like, let's be honest here. But, who knows? It could also be the products, right? But anyway, I'm gonna be trying again tonight. And I'm going to be implementing a few new tips and tricks that I have seen on the good old Reddit. And we're going to try it again. Hopefully it works. I do have my little practice nails prepped and ready to go. If anyone's interested what this color is, it is by the brand Nail Bio Dois gel, and it's the color Nudie Copper. I got a few of these a little while ago because they were on sale, and they're sheer neutrals, so I was excited to try them. And they're nice, but they're very sheer. You need quite a few layers to get like any coverage. This is 2 layers, and you can still easily see the nail stand through it. Ultimately, to get full coverage out of these colors, you need minimum 3 layers. If you're specifically looking for a very sheer jelly type of nude neutral, then these are nice. To get into the stamping, I just have the gel polish on these nails. I haven't wiped them down, so they are sticky. That is one of the tips that I saw on Reddit, was that if the surface is sticky, then the whatever kind of stamping gel or polish you're using will stick better to the surface. So we have a sticky surface here. I'm using stamping gel. I fully admit that this is not a high quality product. I've never tried any other kind of stamping product, so I have nothing to compare it to, but I fully admit that this is not a high quality product, and sometimes you get what you pay for. But we're using stamping gel, and these are the stamping plates that I have. I have already prepped them by cleaning them off with some acetone. So they're just gothic lettering. I've seen people paint these on nails, and I am not that talented, so I'm gonna try stamping. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use these big ones. I don't know if they're gonna be too big for these nails. I think just to be safe, I'm gonna go for the smaller variation here. Sorry about the glare. And we're gonna get started. I have prepped my silicone stamper. I lightly buffed the surface, and I have been letting it sit on white piece of paper for several days now. Doing that will help to draw some of the oil out of the silicone, which can make for a better stamping process. And guys, they weren't kidding. When it said put it on a piece of paper to draw out the oil, I was like, okay, whatever. Oh, but guys, do you see all of that? That's all from my stamper. And if I continued to let it sit, it would just keep coming. Like, that's crazy. I'm also, one of the tips that I saw was to like flash cure the image on your stamper for just a few seconds before you transfer it to your nail. The person said that that would reduce the chances of it looking blurry. So we're gonna try that. And we're just gonna go for it. I do have my lint roller. I'm just gonna clean off my silicone stamper. And I think we're ready to stamp. Woohoo. When I was shopping this past weekend with my husband, and I was like, I need to find a lint roller for my nail collection, and he was just very confused. I'm just gonna get a little bit of stamping gel and run it alongside of my image. I think I was using too much in the beginning. I'm gonna try using less, even though my instinct is to use more, but what I've been doing hasn't been working, so I'm gonna try something different. The nice thing about working with gel is that you don't need to rush, which is nice for me because I'm still learning. One of the other tips I learned was you want to be really gentle when you're trying to pick up the product. You don't need to slam it into the plate. Okay, guys! Oh my god! It's actually kind of working. What the heck? I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but... Okay, I'm just going to clean up some of the gel. Okay. We're going somewhere with this one. I'm gonna flash cure away from my product. Okay. A moment of truth. Breathe. Breathe, Katie, breathe. Okay, here we go. Okay. Guys. Overall, I mean, it's not bad. The biggest issue with this attempt is that it was really picking up some of the gel outside of the actual imprint. You can see the plate, how there's gel around the K imprint. It did pick that up. I mean, which you would expect. Gentle, gentle. Nice! Guys, I'm sorry for being so animated. I mean, no, I'm not. I'm not sorry at all. And we're down. Oh, I forgot to cure it. Not bad. It's definitely not centered. Definitely not centered. Scrape, 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 scrape. Scrape, 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 scrape. Oh, fork. Scraped too hard. Scraped too close to the sun. That's okay. We're gonna fix everything. The biggest issue that I'm having now is picking up paint from the backgrounds, or polish. It's not paint, it's polish. This is the final result that we're working with, available on my Etsy shop tomorrow. I'm obviously kidding. So what have I learned from today's stamping excursion? Well, I have learned that the prep that I have done for my stamper has worked. So by that I mean just lightly buffing the surface and also letting it sit on a piece of printer paper to draw out some of the oil. Those two things have definitely helped the ability to actually transfer the image. The biggest issue I was having in the past was when I was stamping the plate, I wasn't getting a good transfer. So that problem is solved, but the problem that I'm having now is there's just so much gel in the background of the image. Once I'm able to figure that out and get that settled, I think like stamping is gonna be good. Like I'm gonna actually be able to use it in my designs. I'm happy with the improvements that I've made. You know, it's always a good feeling when something is just totally not working for you and you're getting frustrated. and you don't understand why, and then you try something different and you actually see progress. You're like, oh, okay, like this is actually something that I can figure out and make work. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm gonna get everything cleaned up and I'll be back to talk to you about some ideas that I have for this week. Okay, so everything is mostly cleaned up. Just ignore this trash. I don't have a trash can in here and I haven't gotten up yet. But anyway, I'm just gonna quickly chat with you guys about kind of what I have planned for this week and I guess this month in general, but for now, we're just thinking about this week. I told you guys I'm going to be pretty busy the next little while, so I thought it would be a great opportunity to make some simple but elevated sets because, you know, let's face it, as much as you might love having really artistic, creative, fun, bright, colorful nails, sometimes you just want a little palette cleanser and you just want something a little more basic and simple. So yeah, I have some ideas in mind. I'm not going to reveal them yet because you need to stay tuned for that. Hello everybody! Today's Monday. I'm going to be working on a new set today. As I said in the previous clip, I really want to focus on using the time that I have to make some of the more simple sets that I have in mind, my elevated basics, if you will. The set that I am going to be making today, it's all going to be a solid neutral color, but I'm going to do some matte French tips. First, I want to figure out what I want the color to actually be. I have some of my polishes swatched here. I don't have all of them swatched, but I do have all of my neutral polishes swatched because, you know, it's nice to be able to compare them because not all neutral polishes are the same. This is a contender, it's hazelnut. This one's like obviously kind of like a lighter tan color. I definitely want something that's going to be light. Maybe even sheer nude might go too. Or I can do something that's a little pinkier. I think I'm gonna be doing one of these. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Perfect Nude. This one is D&D Perfect Nude number 867. This is the one I'm going to go for. This is the swatch. As you can see against the white paper, it is definitely more of like a pinky toned nude. I'm gonna be making my sample set with medium almond. So I'll show you guys a little bit of the process, but this is not going to be a very exciting set to actually make. So I don't expect you to watch the whole thing, but I'll show you each step along the way and I'll show you what they look like when they're finished. Here we have it. It was really easy, really quick. I decided to do the matte top coat first. I figured it would be a lot easier to be able to see where I was painting if I did it that way, because obviously the matte top coat is shiny before it cures. It just would have been really difficult to paint shiny gel on top of shiny gel. So doing it this way worked really well. These are really simple. I think they're cool. A little something different, you know? So yeah, these are done. Here's the finished product. Now, for the rest of the night, I'm going to do something that's unrelated to my press-on business, but still nail related. And I'm going to be giving myself a pedicure. I'm not going to be filming that because you know how people are on the internet. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hello. It is Wednesday evening, and today I am going to be practicing some more nail stamping. I'm not going to make you guys watch this entire process again. Instead, I'm just going to talk about the things that I'm going to be trying differently tonight, and then we'll look at the final results together. So as you saw in the previous clip, the biggest issue with stamping that I'm having right now is that I'm picking up a lot of gel in the background of the image, and that is obviously transferring to the nail itself. I scoured Reddit and I found some information that I think is going to help me solve that issue. So the first thing is that I'm going to simply be using less gel. Now this one is pretty self-explanatory. The less gel that I'm using, the less there will be for me to remove from the background of the image. So that's the first thing. The second thing has to do with the scraper that I'm using. You won't be able to see this on camera, but if you look up close, the edge actually looks like it's kind of frayed. And because of that, I'm never going to be able to get a good clean scrape with this if I don't have a clean edge. So what I'm going to be using instead of the scraper is a used gift card. Cute little snowman. Yeah, I'm just going to be using the edge of this as my scraper. This has a nice clean edge, so I'm hoping that that makes a difference. So everything else is going to be the exact same. I'm going to get to work off camera and let's take a look at the final results. And here are the final results. I'm very happy. It worked. The gift card scraper, definitely better than the actual scraper I was using. And the other thing that I discovered was that you really do want to scrape pretty quickly. You get a much cleaner scrape the faster you move. Now there were a few little tiny areas that I filled in with just some black gel and a detail brush. I think that that will improve with practice. But yeah, it wasn't a big deal at all. Just tiny little gaps in the stamping gel that I filled in with a gel polish. I think this is the end of my stamping journey. At least like my learning to stamp journey. Now that this part's over, I can actually start trying to implement it in some of my designs. I don't have anything else planned for tonight. I think I'm going to edit this video and I should see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it's not the next day. It's actually quite a few days later. But I was editing this vlog and I didn't want to just leave it at the end of the last clip that felt kind of anticlimactic. So I decided I would come back and I'm just gonna make a quick little set with the stamper, just so I can kind of do a culmination of everything that I've learned so far in this video. So I've already painted the base coat of these nails and I'm gonna get to stamping. I wasn't really sure what I was going to actually put on the nails. I think the pinky nails are going to be too small to actually stamp anything on them. I'm just going to go with something kind of silly and I'm going to do BRNCLD. So it stands for like born cold. The reasoning behind that is because like I'm always cold. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. It's something. Alright, I am all done. This is the final result. Born cold. I'll insert a photo tomorrow when I actually put these on. yeah, this is everything. I thought this would be a better way to kind of end the video. Like I said, it's a culmination of all of the work you've seen me do. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.